Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn, and this is Friday, the 2nd of June. Wow, May went by fast. It is really warm and nice here. Patty has decided she's gonna come up on the table for a few minutes. I have got a little bit of stitching done this week in between breakdowns. You can see Aria's, right there, her box that she has turned into. It has been a turtle yesterday, it has been a T-Rex yesterday, it was numerous things yesterday. So I had to get out the box cutter and cut her some openings in it, but she has been having lots of fun with it and asked that I save it for another day. So there it is in the background. I have all my mail, a big old stack of mail here, as you can see. There's one or two of y'all that haven't heard from me, but that's a lot. But there are not cards in here. Now the girls and I, oh, sorry y'all, we got cards made, but I didn't get them in the thing because every time I would go to write, I would start crying. And so the cards are made, but these, y'all's charts will probably just get mailed with just charts. CJ and Wani, you know, when I filmed Friday, they were getting here, and then we were having their big party on Saturday, and it was super nice, and I forgot my iPad to show y'all pictures of it, but their friends came, our family came, it was really nice. We had a nice time. We just grilled, and it was super fun. But then Wani had to stay up here to turn in her work computer and everything. And so they left out yesterday after lunch. So I kind of got a brunch together. I've been wanting to try the sheet pan pancakes, the sheet pancakes where you make like one big pancake and see if it would work. And it really did. It's a Pioneer Woman recipe, and we put raspberries on 1/3 and chocolate chips on 1/3 and blueberries on the other third. Strangely enough, the girls won't touch berries that are gooey. So you know how like raspberries get like real soft? They would not touch them to put them on there. And the blueberries we ate the fresh ones, so I used some frozen ones and thawed them out, so they were kind of squishy. They wouldn't touch those either. So they ended up just putting the chocolate chips on there, and I put on the rest because they did not want to touch anything that was gooey. So there you go. But it turned out really good. It cooked in the oven in like 20 minutes. So I went ahead and cooked my bacon, and I cook it in the oven and had it done. And then when they got here, I just finished up the pancake and put it in the oven. And it was done in no time. And so it was really good. So that is something to look up and do. It's a Redrum and Pioneer Woman sheet pancake recipe. It was really interesting and good. So we've had a good week, but yesterday and every day I have had my breakdowns, and I have, I usually don't want to make anybody feel bad. So, you know, I cry when nobody's around. Like I go in the bathroom, or I'll wait till I go to bed like that. Because I want my kids to go live their best life and live and do what they want to do and all, but it does make me sad that they'll be far away. And I mean, you think with CJ, I would have got, you know, he was in the Navy, he was on the other side of the planet, but I'm still not good at it. So here we are, and I'm trying not to be a wreck. Annie did have a wreck on Friday, so she didn't get to be here on Saturday. So that was another reason for doing the brunch yesterday. Not just so CJ and them would eat, but so Annie could come, because she had a wreck when she was in Arkansas on Friday. So she did not make it back to the party on Saturday. Aunt Becky and Joey drove her in, but they didn't get here in time for the party. So she wanted to see him before he left. So that was fun to cook and get everybody together. So there was, I guess, 8 of us here, including the girls. And so it was nice. But I have got a little bit of stitching done this week, not a whole lot. I worked on some whips. I guess we'll just jump right on into whips. I started with my pink Sparrow sampler. We also had a virus this week. Good grief, it like killed us. Man, once you get not new anymore, you get laid low. Getting old is not for the faint of heart. This is my pink Sparrow sampler. It was sent as a gift from Daleen. I love it. It is gorgeous. I really appreciate her sending it to me. It makes me happy, and I think about her. And I'm trying to do better with my health. She is such a great person at helping you with ideas and keeping you on track and being healthy. And I love her for that and for sending me this chart. So this is my color palette with it. These are all my Wicked Stepmother colors. I love them. Thank you, Frankie and Rhonda. So this is Daleen and Frankie and Rhonda together on this. And so I had my little bird finished, but I finished the center icon with the flowers and everything on it this week. So my border is completely finished. I had my little bird finished, but now I've finished up that little stem that it's sitting on. So now this week I'll probably just start on one side. I'll try to get this side of this finished this week. But the colors, I just picked my Wicked Stepmother colors. I love them. Probably more like that right there. It's accurate. But this one is a joy to work on. The border is a pattern that you can get in your brain and do. So that's what I did to get my border finished. I just got my pattern down, and you know, it's whatever 12, 11, 12, 11, like that's not the right number, but like that. And then I went back and did my other things. So that one is there, although the pink sometimes, there you go, you can see it now. Looks like it fades. From far away, you can barely, it looks like it's gone, but you can see there is a light pink there, and the kind of yellow does kind of the same thing and fades away when you're far off, but when you're up close, you can see them. And I do love this. This has been oodles and oodles of fun to work on. And so this week I'll hope to get this done here. So the little strawberry, the little topiary here, and I've got a heart and like a little quilting star thing, and then a little flower. And so hopefully I can get at least this section done here this week, and that'll make me very happy to have that part done. So I do feel like I'm making good progress. It is making me happy to get the progress on it. I will not do my alphabet different colors. I don't know why. I don't like a different color alphabet very much. I prefer all one color alphabet. So I will change that and do just a one color alphabet. I will probably do that dark reddish. I think it's Blackberry Winter, this one right here. It's like dark reddish burgundy color. That's probably the color I will do the alphabet, but I'm not sure. But I love working on this. It is on a piece of 30 count pecan shortbread with the Wicked Stepmother colors. I don't say this enough how much I appreciate y'all hanging out with me every week and following along and your sweet comments. And I appreciate it more than you know, especially when I'm super sad. So, and right now, I'll just be honest, I'm kind of super sad, so. Which is ridiculous. I mean, my kids are fine. It's just selfishness on my part. There it is. Don't be surprised, it's true. Oh, next let's talk about Halloween rules. I'm gonna jump over here. I'll skip over this one. We're gonna go to Halloween rules. Jackie sent that she was working on, hello Jackie, hello your baby boy that watches with her. while she is stitching, and she says he gets so excited because he sees that we're working on Halloween rules together. So y'all let me know who else is working on Halloween rules. I thought I finished this letter A the other day, but I didn't. Look at that. What, I have 2 stitches? I must have got real sleepy. Or I couldn't keep from crying, and so I had to put it down because James Williams will make fun of me. And yes, that's the kind of person he is. For crying. So I don't very much, and I can't get caught doing it. So it is what it is. But she said he gets super excited when he sees that we're working on the same thing. So I wondered how many other people were working on Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. And if you're doing the whole thing, or if you're doing them as little ornaments, because they would really be cute on your little Halloween tree, or as little pin pillows in a bowl. Yay. One down. So here's my Halloween rules. I thought I had carve a pumpkin finished, but I have 2 stitches left in the letter A. So then I just have to do my little pumpkins over here, and I'll be finished with this section. So maybe I'll try to work on that tonight. Get that done after the girls go to sleep. They'll spend the night tonight. We'll go to hamburgers and ice cream tonight, but I am loving working on this. And like I said, it's true. Once you get this part finished, these go pretty quick. They're really not too bad, but this part up here really just gave me trouble. I think because all the diagonals, and I don't know, but it did. These, however, are just coming along great. This is, I'm using the Call for DMCs on everything, except I have used this haunted house right here. This little house is DMC 4020. These leaves right here are Weeks Dye Works moss. And then the little vein in the center of all these leaves, mine didn't show up, is different from the other green. So this little vein in these leaves is 3013, DMC 3013. And so far, that's the only thing I've deviated, except for this is the white DMC. And I will write this down so y'all can see it. And I'll hold it up here because I've got this in here. This is the white DMC that it is giving such good coverage right there. And it is this. Floche. So those are the colors that I have changed up on here. As you can see, my writing proves that I am just a lazy serial killer. I'm too lazy to actually kill people. But my writing proves that I am a serial killer at best. But these are the Call for DMC so far, and my Weeks Dye Works moss is in here somewhere. But see, this is that white Flosstube, and it is gorgeous and gives such good coverage. So Jackie, and I love that we're working on this together. I'm sure there is some sort of I'll have to look and see if there is a Sal hashtag for this. But if so, we all need to tag, and so we can watch each other's progress, because I am loving this. I know tons of people have stitched it. The housewife stitched it. Gosh, I've seen tons of people stitch this, and it is adorable. They've done such beautiful jobs. And so I would like to see as everybody's stitching along with it. But there's my back. Sometimes I'll ask to see the back. My back usually doesn't get too messy. I don't know why it doesn't get too messy, but it doesn't. I think because I don't use a super long piece of thread, for one thing. That probably helps. So that is my second whip, Halloween Rules by Lizzie Kate. I got out my tiny little This one is the one by Herman of Copenhagen. We say Copenhagen here like snuff, but I think they say Copenhagen. It is so tiny, but I did make some decent progress on it. If I had it to do over again, I would probably go around and do around the border to give myself some sort of an idea. I should have started at a corner and worked down. Why I didn't, I don't know. But here is the I'm gonna put the cover photo of it up here. Oh, sorry for the crinkly. I should have already had that out. It's just so tiny, and it's just such a sweet little cottagey scene. So there is the cover photo, and then there's my progress. So I got all that, what I assume is like sand, done. But it is so sweet. I think it's on a piece of 22 count like Hardanger, but I can't find on here where it says what count it is. But it just has about like 6 colors. Is there 6 or 7? Seven. And this is how I do, when I get a kit like this, and this is one of the ones that Nancy sent, and I needed something to do that night, and I went in there and just grabbed it out. But I take and mark the little symbol, and then I put the thread beside it. And then when you go to work on it, you look at the little key here, and so you know that you're looking for this like this, so you can just compare them. I don't know if that's how everybody does it or not, but that's how I do when I have a little kit like this. And that, to me, that helps keep everything kind of together and make it easier to navigate when I'm working on it. But CJ's friends came, and I got so tickled. I'm gonna tell you about this. You know, most little kids, you know, they always just like ketchup. You know, ketchup usually is what kids like for their condiment of choice. Some will do mustard, but most kids, it's usually, you know, like ketchup. But Levi, which is CJ's friend's son, CJ's friend and his wife were here, and his little son Levi was here with him. And he's made himself a little hot dog, and because they had brats and hot dogs, and then some vegan burgers, because some of them are vegetarian or vegan. I will tell y'all, I did not like patting out those vegan patties. I mean, patting out patties is not my favorite thing to begin with. Touching meat is not my favorite thing, but I'm gonna tell you right now, patting out those vegan patties was hard pass. Alpo. It was felt and smelt like Alpo. It was just not okay with me. But to each his own. And when people come to my house, I want everybody to have something to eat. CJ and Juanita went and got it because I would not have had a clue. I mean, sometimes I use the Morningstar crumbles in like taco soup. The taco soup I make, sometimes I'll switch those out because I try to do, if I can sneak in a meatless day a week, that's what I try for. It doesn't always happen, but you know, James Williams, if he ain't had meat, he thinks he's having a snack. If it ain't got meat in it, it's some kind of a snack, okay? And so if I can get in one meatless day a week, I'm good. But yeah, I was not a fan of patting that out at all. It was, that was rough for me. I did not like the smell. I did not like the texture at all. But they ate them and said they were good. So I had to ask, do I season this just like regular? Because like the morning store crumbles, sometimes they, some of them already are like seasoned, right? And so I had to ask to be sure because I didn't want to double season up anybody. But they ate it. Everybody was very gracious. But I got so tickled at Levi and his honey mustard. I'm off on a rabbit hole. He has his little brat and the little bun, and he is looking for honey mustard. And we just happened to have a little packet that had come with something when the kids had come in with food from somewhere. I'm assuming probably Chick-fil-A if I remember right. And it happened to be in the fridge up on the little shelf. And so we had one little packet of him had honey mustard. But I was just so tickled at a little 7-year-old wanting his condiment of choice was honey mustard. I'm like, no, that's some discerning taste right there. I was just tickled. He was cute as he could be. All the kids and all CJ and Juani's friends were so sweet and gracious and kind. And there was a couple of them that couldn't make it, but I think they saw them the last couple of days when they were in Dallas. So I think they got to see everybody before they rolled out. They should be on the road now. Haven't heard from them, but I'm assuming they're on the road because they've got 8 or 9 hours ahead. So I'm hoping they're on the road. They're going to try to make it to Pensacola tonight. So this is my Stories to Live by Noah. I wanted to finish my little over 1 animals here in that row right here, but I could not. What have I got on my finger? Oh, I cut myself, I guess. Good grief. No, it's lipstick. Oh, lipstick on my finger. I hope I didn't get it on anything. Good grief. Oh, I'm telling you. Then I got this paper cut yesterday off the packing envelopes. Is that gonna focus on that? Dude, I think it went down to the bone. I thought I was gonna die. I bled like a pig. I mean, stuck pig. It just poured blood. So I hope it is okay. I had to wear a Band-Aid all day yesterday because I didn't want to get anything on my stitching. But I got this out last night and worked on it just a little bit. And managed to make some progress. So I just skipped down and started doing my next row across because I knew I did not have it in my brain or my eyes to do the over 1. I've got the call for DMCs mainly is what I'm using, I think. I may be using all that so far. But Patty Pen, there are a couple of y'all that I have not got back to your emails yet, but don't think I've forgotten you. That I did not have the bandwidth yesterday to keep my wits about me and finish. And you can see I've got this little thread run up here that'll be the head of the little lion right here. So I just jumped down and started the next border line, because I need to do the lion's head and I need to do these 2 little birds. But I have not had my brain in the right spot to do that at all. This is on, I think, 32 count French Country Mocha. Yes, 32 count Country Mocha from Floss and Fabric. Hey, Jerry. So, they're beautiful, beautiful colors. Look at this. DMC 154, that is such a beautiful purple. Isn't that pretty? Like an eggplant color. But I'm making progress. I'm not gonna put, this is my Sunday school. I'm just gonna put Genesis something, I think, and leave it at that. I could do this for my Annie, because she never married or had any kids. Maybe, I don't know. But I'll probably just put Genesis, what is it, Genesis 4, and like that in there, and leave it at that. But I can't wait to get down to the little scene at the bottom. This is what I'm living for. This is a little scene right here. I can't wait to start on that. So I'll probably just do Genesis and do my ABCDs and then jump on into that little scene. I love working on this thing, and it is so cute. So, so cute. So anybody that hasn't stitched these, I would highly recommend grabbing this up. It does have some over one. You could skip the over ones and just do a couple of animals. I mean, honestly, I think you could just try to put the ark in the middle and put the two turtles and then the elephants, and then you could just change up. What else is on here that you could put? There, all the other things seems like are over one, except for maybe this dove. You might could move the doves. I haven't looked at it yet to see if it's over one, but you could probably do something and skip it. You could probably actually do the two elephants, the two turtles, and the ark, and then put Genesis here, like Genesis 4, whatever, right here, and then do the rest. And that way you could leave out the over one. So if you're an Ada stitcher, that's probably the route I would go on here. I have stitched over one on Ada, so I mean, it's possible, but you have to split it. You have to split it, so it's not precise, but it does work. So there are options. Don't let it, I would say if you really want to stitch this, just figure it out. I mean, work around. There's workarounds for everything, in my opinion, but that's me. Some people like things to be perfect. I'm not that person. That is not how any aspect of my life works. Oh my gosh, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all this and y'all ain't gonna believe it. Friday, after I got off here, I decided to go back in the back bathroom, the pool bathroom. And it's the one that opens onto the patio on the other side over there. So you can come in from the swimming pool and go to the bathroom and go to the shower, right? So I decided to go straighten that. There's like a linen cabinet above the toilet, right? So you have the toilet down here, and then there's linen cabinet. Well, I am 5'4", and I always thought I was taller than that, and then the nurse at the rheumatologist's office fronted me out several years back and made me measure, which I found very rude. But I always said I was 5'6", and so she made me measure. She said, "You're not 5'6", and I said, "No, I am really. It's on my driver's license." She didn't care. She made me measure anyway, and rude, and I'm just 5'4". But I was gonna rearrange that, the linen cabinet, because you know I have all the beach towels down under the sink, so the kids can grab them and stuff when they come in. But there's hand towels and washcloths and some bath towels up there. And then I also have the Mexican blankets, the sarapes and faldas that we use in the winter or when it's cool outside on the patio, right? I keep those up there too. And it was all just kind of jumbled up. So I thought, you know what, I'm gonna straighten that up because we're gonna have tons of people here. Dan Cohen, his girlfriend, came in on Friday also. And so I was gonna have people in every room and people using all three bathrooms to shower and get ready, right? And I don't know if y'all think this or not, but the lid on a toilet is for standing on for me, okay? I cannot reach the cabinet above a toilet. You can't hardly put a stool up there and stand on it because guess what's in the way? The toilet. Yes, right? Am I wrong? My husband, however, claims that you're not supposed to stand on that lid. I've been telling him that this toilet had something off with it. Like there's something off with it. And it's real sturdy. It won't wiggle or anything when you do it like this. But there's something, I'm like, there's something off with it, okay? It is not, it's not level for some reason. When you look at it on the bottom, the little stands on the bottom under the seat, everything looks fine. But, so I climb up onto the toilet and I'm rearranging the pantry. the little cabinet above here. I have a handful of hand towels, and I lean over to put them on the shelf, and all of a sudden, the whole world, everything moves. The whole world starts moving. I'm going back this way. The hand towels are going up in the air. I mean, things are, it's like a scene from a cartoon, right? And I'm like pretty agile, thank you, Jesus, and my parents for all the ballet lessons and gymnastics and things over the years. So I didn't fall in the floor. I landed on my feet, but the hand towels go up in the air, and I'm standing there, and as they're coming down, they go, of course, where did they go? Straight into the toilet, into the water, because there's no lid. Because the lid, evidently the whole thing, one of the little stands under the seat, looks like they look like they're solid, but they're not. Evidently it's like a little plastic thing. And one of them had somehow, before we ever moved in, it was broken, but you couldn't really see that it was broken. But when I shifted my weight to put the hand towels up, it started going like this. And then it went like this. And the lid of the toilet flew off. It just came loose and flew off. And it hits into the side of the bathtub, and it slams on the ground like this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. There is 4 hand towels in the toilet in the water. And I'm like, of course, everything in my body is jarred. My foot hurts, my hip hurts, my knee hurts, my ankle hurts. I mean, it's like, once you are not new, it's rough, okay? It's just rough. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. So of course I take the hand towels. They have to go to the washing machine. I have to get those washed, clean everything up again. Then I'm looking at the toilet, and I'm like, oh my gosh. If I have to tell James Williams that tonight we have to go to the Home Depot or the Lowe's, it's going to be Katie bar the door. I talked to Micah about this time. She says, Mom, we'll just Amazon one there. Well, of course, I said, listen, I don't know why you don't live half a mile from me. Well, it's actually like 2 miles, but she can get things overnight from the Amazon or the same day. I cannot. I cannot get things from the same day on the Amazon. So, but she tried to send it to her house or my house, and nobody was going to bring me a new toilet lid, on the Amazon. So it had, and the problem was I didn't know if I could put it back together or not, but because I wasn't strong enough to push it hard enough to pop it back, the lid back on. When James Williams got here, he was able to pop the lid back on, but he had made a little chip out of the lid. But I took my E6000 and glued it back in. So we did not have to go to the Home Depot that night. But I'm telling y'all, when I tell y'all my life is like I Love Lucy episode, I'm not joking. I am not joking. It is something at all times. And I usually bring it on myself. But what is the lid on the toilet for if not that? Now, I know somebody's going to say it's to keep yucky stuff from going all over the bathroom when you flush it. Well, maybe so. But when you go to a restaurant or someplace that does not have, if you go somewhere that does not have a cabinet above the toilet, any sort of like a business, a commercial place, guess what they don't have on that toilet? A lid. If there is a cabinet above the toilet, there is a lid at all times for you to stand on so you can reach the cabinet, because it is too high to reach from the floor. I'm just saying. So, for what it's worth, my husband maintains you're still not supposed to climb on the toilet lid. So, I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think about that. If you climb on them or not. The girls and I are going to go to the mail. They should be here later. We're going to go to the mailbox. We're going to call Mimi and see how my mom is feeling. And if she feels like company, we'll run over there and see her and take her some stuff. Go to the mailbox. And then I think we are going to start this right here. And this came from Nancy. And when I saw it, I thought, you know what? This is a good little project for the girls and I to do together before they go. I think we can do this little girl right here. I think we can do her and get her done before they leave and have her finished out. And then I'll let them pick their little dress color or whatever they won't want to do, the little mustard colored dress, I guarantee you. But I think we can each do it at the same time, and that will help them stay on and be in the right place. So I think we're gonna try that. So that's on the agenda for this week. And we're gonna do our how to draw animals this week. I think we're just gonna start at the front. I think the first one is a lion and a pig. And so I think we're just gonna start at the front and work our way through these. We've done lots of them before, but I think we'll do one of these a day at least before they go, just to have some fun stuff. So Ann says that she is going down to Galveston. I hope y'all ate at Guido's. I hope it's still open. I haven't been in a couple of years, not since, well, we went right before 2020. So if you're down there and you have, it's a little pricey, but it is, for a nice dinner, is so nice, and it's been there a long time, and it's delicious, and it's a fun place. They have beautiful pictures all over the wall. So if you're down to Galveston and you get a chance and you have a little extra cash, Guido's is worth it. They usually have a nice happy hour if you don't have enough to spend on a full meal. Usually at happy hour they have, of course, half-price drinks or whatever, and then they'll do, or they used to have like half-price like oysters or appetizers like this. So you can go in, and that's always an option also if it's a nice, it's a place you want to go and you don't have a lot of extra cash to drop. If you go during happy hour time, even if you don't drink, they usually have bar bites or some kind of food that is half price also. So you can go in, you can see the restaurant, and you know, get a chance to look around and get the atmosphere and see. It's right there on the beach. It's beautiful. So it's Giados, but it's one of my favorite places down there, and it's beautiful. And hello, Shelly at Just Stitching. I did see your comment. I hope you're having a great time. I hear that you have had some traffic up there. I was watching the Proper Stitcher, and she said she was driving through Ohio and she caught the traffic terrible. So I hope it was just for the holiday and not because y'all happen to have road construction. I was in road construction in Ohio one time. We left Erie, Pennsylvania, and went to Detroit, and Lord have mercy, there was construction, I think, the whole way, and it was a nightmare. Arlene, I love tenderloin or chicken scratch embroidery. I love it, and I have a piece I intended to grab to show, and I forgot. Karen Barnes, I am so sorry about your nephew. I'm sitting here being a baby about my kids moving away, and her nephew has got diagnosed with cancer, late stage colon cancer. I am so sorry. He's so young, 46 years old, and a husband and a father of 4. That is so young, and I'm so sorry. I will say a friend of ours is an older man, and he got colon cancer, and it was pretty far advanced when they found it, and we've had him for 4 or 5 years still now. So with his treatments, he's done really fairly well. So I'm hoping that they can find some treatment, and maybe by the time he's going through his treatment, they will find a way to fix it. I always hope so. But I am so, so sorry, Karen. And like I said, I feel guilty being a baby when people are losing their children and their family members and their husbands. And it makes me feel bad. But I am so sorry for you. Okay, Autumn Joel, 7-layer dip is amazing. And Frankie, I did forget to say the onions. And so I grabbed this. This has been in my cookbook forever. My friend Cash wrote it down for me many years ago when my kids were still little. So you have bean dip, and then you mix the sour cream, the container of sour cream, with the taco seasoning, and that's the next layer. And then you put guacamole, and then you do onions, and then you do black olives, and then you do cheddar cheese, and then you do tomatoes. So here is the list of the 7-layer dip, and it is addicting. I put it in a trifle bowl, and it's beautiful, and I could eat the whole thing. So here it is, delicious. If you've never had this, eat it with Fritos scoops or with corn chips, and it is delicious. It's delicious. If you don't love this, I don't know what's wrong with you. I'm gonna pray for you. Okay, Clammy B, this is, we're at $39.50, and so we're gonna talk about my bun. She asked about my bun. So I have 2 long pins here. And I'm gonna try to do this on screen so we can see how it goes. So we're gonna take it down. And of course I'll probably tie my hair in a knot because you know it's me. And that's what I do best. And no, I'm sure you're not supposed to do your hair like this, but. Okay. It's still kind of damp from taking a bath this morning. And I'm gonna try not to grab my earrings. So I grab it all up. And when I say I grab my hair all up, y'all please do not think that I snatch my hair up. I am not that person to have like a nice hair, okay? I'm not nice to my hair. And this is just one of those that looks like a piece of pantyhose. I'll take it off again. It just looks like a piece of pantyhose. And this is the ones that I like best. They are the easiest to use. And so I go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we've got 3 times in this pony here. Then I pull it to the back. So your loop is at the back and I twist it. So here we are at the back of my head and I twist this like this. And I'm gonna grab this because it has to be at the back because I have to pull this through. Oh my gosh, I can't do it and talk about it. Okay, here we go. I have to pull this through to the back, okay? So we have your other loop. Don't pull it all the way. So here's your hair here like this, right? Yeah. And I know that looks insane, but that's what it is. So you have this tail. So you pull that through so that you have this tail here. Take this little tail and push it back through that loop. And there it is. And then you can like wiggle this around or pull it out or whatever. And then sometimes, because I am prone to pulling it out too long on the sides, and then this is gonna fall out later if I'm not careful, I just jam those little pins in there. And here again, I really do jam them in. We all know the truth. I'm not hair savvy. So there you go. There it is. And then you can, you know, just wiggle it around in your mirror to get it like you want it. But see, I've got it a little flat right there. But that is all there is to that bun. So you have a regular pony. You pull an extra loop through with the tail sticking out in the front. And then you take that tail and push it back through the loop. That's all there is. And the other way I do mine sometimes is this. Let's see here. If we can get everybody pulled through. Is everybody pulled through mostly? Mostly, okay. So here we have, and you just take your comb, if you have a comb. If not, you can just do it with your fingers. And you're just gonna wrap this up a little bit. And then you're gonna just swing this around like this right here. I cannot use tons of pins or I don't have the skill. Some people have skill for beautiful buns and beautiful, and that ain't me. I have no hair skills. My grandmother, my aunts, my cousins were hairdressers and they got all that gift. I did not get it. So there you go. So that's the 2 ways I do my bun. I hope that helps some. So that was at about starting at $39.50 on the timestamp if you want to go back and watch that again and again, and I hope it helps. What have I got here? Okay, Jessica says that she saves the day and comes to her and Angie talking about getting carrot juice. And Angie says a mortar and pestle for like harder vegetables. You can grind it like that. Jessica says that if you macerate them, it's like strawberries. So you grate them up real fine and then you put sugar on there and then it draws out the juice just like on strawberries. I had no clue that that's how that would work. So thank you, Jessica, for saving the day. Angie, we talked about all the DMCs for the Lizzie Kate Halloween rules. Okay, Barb, I love it. She said all her family is together at her house right now, and I love that. And they're having dinner every night together and talking together. I love that. Please give your son a hug and a kiss. He said he's a policeman. My daddy was always a deputy my whole life, so give him a hug and a kiss for me for all his hard work. Charles, yes, we do use drums as pin cushions. Now not so much, but they did used to be pin cushions. People use them for pin cushions, and they had, so many different kinds of pins than we have now. I mean, because you pinned lots of things. Now we don't pin things very much. So they would have had longer pins and shorter pins for different strength like of pins for different things. And so they would have had bigger pin cushions and pin drums to hold their different pins. Even they were fancy holders for hat pins, but I'm sure some people had big drums that they put their hat pins in also, would be my guess. And a hat pin, is long like this because it took your hat and you poked it through your hair and kind of held your hat on with it. So I'm sure that not only did they hold pins, I'm sure they held hat pins and all other, like lots of different kinds of pins that people used back then that we don't use anymore. And I did, thank you for saying my yard looks so nice. I did used to, until we moved here, the year before we moved here, I guess, I started having somebody mow at the other house. And so we have a mow company that comes and mows. And weed eats the edges and everything. And it just takes me a long time. I used to push mow it, but James Williams don't want to fool with it. He ain't going to fool with it. So he has somebody come do it. But our house is on an acre, and that's fairly common around here. Patty is stretching and shaking the whole table. That's fairly common around here to have an acre in a neighborhood. So I'm in a neighborhood and each house sits on an acre, but it's useless acre is what I call it. You can food source on it. I mean, you can grow your own vegetables. You can grow vegetable garden and things, but you can't, there's no chickens, no quail, no geese, no ducks, no goats, no nothing. Nothing. You can't have any kind of livestock or anything. So you can't even have a dovecote. I mean, so no doves, no nothing like that. So I just call it the useless acre. So, but I am trying to reforest my acre. This used to be a dairy. All this place where I live used to be a dairy called the McAlpin Dairy. Used to be all this property out here. And so most of it has been cleared many years, hundreds of years ago, right? 100 years ago. And so I have trees running down this side of the backyard because there was a fence line there. So they're native trees, crap trees as we call them, because they're hackberry and honey locust. And a hackberry tree will go hollow up the center as it ages, and then it'll bust. So they're not very long lived, but they do grow pretty fast. And they have a certain kind of butterfly that's called a hackberry queen. And so I don't chop mine down until they start to get at a dangerous spot. The honey locust I hate because it has the thorns on it, but here again, it's a native tree. So I don't chop it down, I just leave it. But I've put some redbud, some oak and redbud back out on this side to try to balance the yard out. My neighbors on this side, he's planted a lot of trees back, but it was all cleared for dairy cows many years ago, and I'm trying to re-tree it so that my birds have a place to live. So I've got 2 pin oaks going in the front yard. I've got Vitex, V-I-T-E-X. I don't know if y'all have those. Some people call them false laurel or Texas laurel bushes, but the butterflies love them, the birds love them, the hummingbirds sit on top of them and love them. They grow really well here, and they have these beautiful purple blooms on them. So I have put in some of those, And I've got 2 little beds going in the back where I'll put some bushes in so that the birds will have a place in between tree stands to get to and try to. Patty, I'm sorry, I forgot to fill your water. Don't turn it over. Can y'all hear her? I forgot to fill her water up before I started filming, and now she's mad. And she's about to turn that water over. She's going to get a whooping. That's what's going to happen. But, so thank you for the nice comments about my garden, my painting. I can't stand, Debbie, I can't stand the little that comes on you when you use a roller brush. It is just horrifying. And so I don't like it. So I will spray the back. When I finish the back, sanding the back inside of the fence, I will use a spray on it. But I didn't want to try to do the front up against the stone and the brick of the house. And of course the wind will gust out of nowhere here. And of course my neighbors sometimes have their cars parked outside, and it is not close, you know, I mean, I'm not sitting right on their car, but the wind does carry, you know, things, and I would never want to mess up one of my neighbor's cars or anything. So for me, the safest thing out front is just to, because I'm not a professional painter. I'm sure a professional painter could do it and be 100% fine. I'm not that person. Did y'all hear her with that water? Get away from that water, Patty. She gonna get a whooping. She likes for me to pick her water up every day and wash the bowls out and fill them with new water. And I forgot this morning before I started filming. So, yike. But shares from last week. Let's see where we're at here. Over here. I have stacks everywhere. I'll be there in just a second, Patty. Can you be patient just a second? Okay, we had here, and these are so beautiful. I hope y'all will buy some of these and stitch them also. This is Black Star Designs, and the keyword was Liberty. And Clabal, I hope I'm not saying your name wrong. Clabal and Cablaw. If you'll email me, NissyLynn@yahoo.com. This is French. The word was French. And shawl. This is the Blue Heron. Teresa Petrick. This is Jangle by Blackberry Lane. This is the prettiest thing. This is Susan Gilmore. Susan, if you get this stitched, or if anybody has got this finished, send me a picture. This looks so beautiful that I bet it is stunning if you see it in person. The stitch count on it is 96 by 108. And it is beautiful. Look at that. So that is Susan Gilmore. And then this one is Heart, or did I do this wrong? I'm sorry, I did this wrong. This is Heart is Autumn Jewel, and French is Anne Shaw. Anne Shaw, Autumn Jewel. Sorry, they both have French on there in my defense. And then this week's shares will be, let's see here. I'm gonna make my notes while we're talking. Okay, this one is 9 Lives Patch by M Designs. This is so cute. And Naughty Patty is still in the day today, so this is called 9 Lives Patch by M Designs out of Crossville, Tennessee. And if you're interested in this one, use the word cat, C-A-T. That one is adorable. This one is by Sisters and Best Friends. It is so cute. And if you're interested in this one, use the word snow. And I'm fixing to hold it up, I'm sorry. Use the word snow. And it has the little nose in here also. So there you go. It has a little nose in there. So it is so cute. She's a little snow girl on the beach. A snow granny on the beach, I guess. And it's called Nanny. So if you're interested in that one, use the word snow. This one is so beautiful. It's by Summer House Stitchworks. Yes. And the name of it is Symphonic Romance. And it has every letter, so it's like a little cartouche. It is so pretty, but I could never do all this diagonal stitching. So use the word romance if you're interested in this one. Look at that. And then it has on the back each letter. So whatever letter you need, it's on the back of it. Not just an S. This one is so funny, and it's Scarlet House Chocolate. And let me know what kind of chocolate you like. Just make sure you use the word chocolate. I give up chocolate, but I'm no quitter. That is so cute. And so true. Adorable. So use the word chocolate if you're interested in that one. And then this last one is so pretty. It's called Amish Alphabet, and it's a Diane Grabner design. Move my pen. And use the word alphabet. I love it. And it has, I mean, it is so detailed. And it has a little scene at the bottom to finish it out. It is so cute. So Amish Alphabet, and this is who it's by. And I don't know if you can see the detail work on there, but it is just beautiful. So use the word alphabet if you're interested in that one. I'm gonna jump off here. I've got 2 more things to get together. I think I heard from most everybody last week except for Joanna Langberg. If you will holler at me with your address for this one, Go Big Red. You just made me so happy with that. And I think I heard from everybody else last week. So I'm gonna jump off here. I'm gonna get this uploaded. The girls should be here in a few minutes, and we will get to getting. So y'all have a happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend and your stitching. Bye.